Greetings and welcome to this episode of something completely different. In this little episode video I will be showcasing you my knife collection, but also at the same time I thought I want to try out my GoPro 7's 4K resolution. I just recently bought this GoPro actually, and I want to try out the 4K thing, even though I don't have a 4K screen. But still, why not? I also want to try out the size that it takes on the drive, the SD card, and so on. But let's get right to this, because I don't want this to drag on for too long. Because I got plenty of knives, but I'm not gonna showcase everything. I mean, I got bags of these knives just lying around. Yes, I know this is not a good way of storing knives, but most of them are folding knives and don't have any special value, but, well, the ones I have put in things like these, at least. Now, some of these knives are just fun, like, for instance, this Browning, yeah. This is just a fun little knife with a pistol look. Now, I'm a knife collector and I collect different types of knife. Now, I don't particularly take any special brand or special age on them. I just buy the ones I think are cool, like this one. I can't remember what these are called again. And no, I won't be spinning this one around. I don't feel like doing that. No. And you might have seen this in the intro, right? If you paid attention to him, you might have seen me and I used that knife. I also have this little funny knife that I think is just hilarious because it's Nokia, whatever, the phone brand. And it says Victorinox Switzerland stainless less rust free, so it's a Swiss knife and it says Nokia on it. And I just think that's hilarious. A phone company and a knife. Other cool knives I got is, of course, these throwing knives, but these throwing knives aren't really made for throwing. They're mostly just to be cool and look nice. This one is pretty cool and it says Jack Ripper on it. Wonder what that's a reference to. We also have like these. There are 6 knives in total in this little case, and I think they all look good. Silver wing we have there. I haven't exactly memorized all my knives, but I did the counting just before this video, and I came up to 234. So I'm not that high as I thought I would be, but I've been collecting for a few years, but I don't have the super high income, I can't pay buy too many knives. Many of these knives I also got them for free from family and friends, so that's nice. For example, we have this. I got this from my father not too long ago. It's a pencil, but also a knife. Very nice blade. It's somewhat sharp, especially the point here, but it's not really that dangerous, but it can certainly do some damage if I wanted to. Now, it has some marks on it. I need to not sharpen it up, I need to clean it a little bit, but I'll get to that. There we go. I also want to refill this so I can actually use it like a ink pen, but yeah, well, I'm not sure that's gonna happen. I also have this beauty that I got from my brother, who collected secondhand. It's a replica of a French, 18th century English, and you're saying 18th century and you mean the 1700s. It's just confusing, seriously. Anyway, it's 18th century and it's just what it looks like. It's a pistol. It's supposed to be a pistol, and here's the trigger. As far as I know, it wasn't used that much, but it did exist. I'm not sure it was used in battle, but it is a nice replica. Unfortunately, it is not complete. It's broken here, for example, and I believe here somehow. And this mechanism doesn't seem to work, but not sure it did work once upon a time, as it's pretty clogged up down here in the pipe, of course. Now we also have these little cooler knives that are made from, they have the handle made out of horn. Exactly what horn, I don't know. I imagine moose, maybe reindeer, but I doubt it. I bought this from a guy who said, when I asked if this horn was real, he said he had gotten a knife from his grandmother, and he doubted that she would have anything that wasn't real, that wasn't a real horn, and I guess I can agree with that if he was telling the truth there. But I do like the look of it, I really like it. We also have this little one that I believe it's made out of bone. The groovings here, I do think reflect that at least. It's also marked here with a rabbit and some grass and what looks like a forest, sort of a part of a tree there. And it says 10 Forsen, and I can't remember where exactly that was. I might have some. I can't remember. I might put it in the description below. But it's quite a sharp knife, and this little thing here can do some real nice damage. But I say nice damage in the nicest possible way. Nicest possible way. And then of course we have this funny little thing. You know, email opener? No? Okay, moving on. We also have this little gem. It's a lighter that blinds you. Anyway, it's pretty cool and I like it. It just has a button here, you flip it open. Unfortunately, push daggers are of course illegal. I might be able to get a permit to actually have one in the house, but this one is not a push dagger, as a push dagger comes out that way and this one folds up, so it's not a push dagger, it's a flip knife. But I do want to own a butterfly knife, but just like in the US and many other countries, it's illegal. But I can get a permit to own one and have it in my house. Unfortunately, I have to get myself a butterfly knife before, first off. Now, speaking of big knives, we have this survival knife as well. I have had another survival knife that had like, you could screw off this and you had like compass in the here, and then inside the handle you had a bunch of different things. This one has most of the things in pockets here. Like, let's see, we have there we have the compass. I'm not actually sure that compass works. I might have dropped it on the floor once or twice. I also have this various things for making a fire, fishing line, and sinks, so you can fish. Oh, stupid phone. I also have a sharpening stone on the back here. It's pretty cool, and I do like the look of the knife. Now this is a knife, but if we wanna go that little extra bit, what a knife is, I think this is the one. Now this one is really heavy. I would not recommend using this as a fighting knife, as it is a bit too heavy, I would say. It almost weighs as much as the machete I have. There's one problem with this knife. I have no idea where it's coming from. I have no idea. There's no markings or anything on it. It's just a big flat blade, which makes me think it could be homemade, but I'm not 100% sure about that, as these kinds of, I don't know what the English word is, but nail types aren't usually used by private people. I'm not sure about that, but it looks a bit weird. It's somewhat sharp, actually. I wouldn't exactly shame myself with it, but it's a nice knife and it's quite big. And it's really nice, I don't know the English word here either, the holster, if you want to say. Has a reindeer hair on it, very nicely done. Still no markings on the whatever holster thing. No markings there either, unfortunately. But now, for the last few seconds, or few minutes here, let's take a look at some more knives. But this one will be more all of them. Not all, but at least some of them. Now these are some of the knives I've bought myself or just gotten from family and friends. Now this one is really a bullet. It's a real bullet that someone has put a knife to. Really nicely done, I think. This one is a trench. I know the Swedish word, but not the English word. But when you cutting up a turkey, you have a fork and a knife. Nice. And then we of course have some of these more fantasy types, like this one. These ones of course are size but are not sharpened. We of course have this one. I got this when on my birthday a few years ago from my mother of all people. And we of course have some different ones that are really fantasy. I like this one, it's kind of cool, but dangerous as heck. Well, for the user. It's nice, it's nice. And then we have, of course, some real ones that are quite old. This one here's a phone number for it. This is back when phone numbers were in just 3 numbers, so that's about over 100 years ago or something like that. I don't know when the knives are from, but quite old. But yeah, that is part of my collection. Now, as I said, these are not all my knives, but most, or not most, maybe it's less than half, so. But it's pretty much, it's many knives that I do own. Now, if someone happened to know anything about this knife, I would be glad to hear it in the comments, because I'm very curious. I'm not sure it was mass produced or anything, but could be. Anyway, that's all for me. If anyone remembers the name of this one, why not tell me that too? Scorpion Claw, it says there. Yeah, not gonna do anything more with that. Let's put that away. Bye bye. My name's Whippy. Now you too have a great life, and I hope to see you in future videos. I'm a knife collector, not a knife handling expert.